Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the podcast where we hope we can provide a detour from all the bullshit going on. It is Lost the Midcard. Here we are in the middle of a lot of bullshit. We're going to try to talk some wrestling here for you. We do have a show coming up this weekend, NXT Takeover in your house. Are they giving away a house? I don't know. We'll find out. That was a great joke by Samoa Joe, by the way. So we will run down, predict the 5 matches that are on the card. Don't know if they're going to add any more. Obviously, that'll probably answer itself out on Wednesday. But right now, 5 matches on the card. We'll cover that. And we'll talk about the rest of television and some headlines and get the hell out of here. But first, thank you to SpiderDuck.net for being our host, enabling us to be on iTunes, Spotify, and any of your favorite podcasting apps. All you got to do is search for Lost in the Midcard. Hit that subscribe button. That way you know every time a new episode comes your way every Wednesday. You can also subscribe to us on the YouTube, as you can see our smiling faces here. And that is all those links on our Facebook page, facebook.com/Lost in the Midcard, or on the Twitter at LITMC Podcast, where we also share a lot of great tweets from the wrestling world. I am your host, Jeremy Bennett. You can find me on the Twitter at JB Huskers. As always, my co-host, he is on the Twitter at Raw F Showtime. It is Mr. Matt Black. Matt, how you doing?
State of the world right now? Not great. But we're here. We're together. Time to record Lost in the Midcard. Try to make everybody smile for a little bit with our ridiculous takes and witty banter. Some would call it witty, I guess.
Talk about Dick Hardwood and Cat.
We're not talking about healer. Dick Hardwood. Stop it. Get his name right.
An ass healer.
Fuck you. FTR deserves better. When they're referring to fuck the rest, they're referring to you.
I thought it was fuck the roads.
No, it's fuck their T-shirt says fuck the rest.
Yeah, I saw that. As always, our co-host on the Twitter at No One Like D, Mr. Darryl Bullock. Darryl, the floor is yours, man.
In light of what's happened in this world, in the state of this country, I want to say this. In 2009, I probably want to say maybe around August or September 2009, maybe October, I can't remember the exact month. But I started working at GameStop part-time just to save up enough money to get some Eagles tickets. And I eventually ended up meeting Matt Black. I'm glad we're seeing video right now because you see what color Matt is, you see what color I am. And initially, I was a little nervous because I was working in a new environment, who I was working with. But Matt talk to me. I just say this. We found out we both love video games and we both love wrestling. It didn't matter what color I was. It didn't matter what color he was. And the reason why I say this is because the way the world, the state of this country is right now, it needs more people like myself and Matt. And even you, JB. You guys brought me in on this podcast. You didn't care what color I was. You didn't care where I came from. You didn't care where I grew up at. It needs to be more people in this world just like us three. And I say that wholeheartedly because it's not black against white. It's not black against cops. It's black against racism. Point blank, period. And it needs to stop. And the only way we can stop that is for our own to educate ourselves as well as the other folks around us. It doesn't matter if you're black, it doesn't matter if you're white, it doesn't matter if you're Asian, it doesn't matter if you're Spanish, it doesn't fucking matter at all. I know you guys see me with no color. But if it's something going on in the country such as this, you guys will ask me the question, how do I feel about it? You know what I mean? You want my take on it. You want to know how I feel about it.
Yep.
So that way you know how to respond to things that you see outside the world, in the world. If it's social media, if it's you going to McDonald's, if it's you just hanging out with your families. You know what I mean? I call you guys my brothers. You know what I mean? I treat you guys like family. I will always have a bed for you guys in my house. I will always have a seat for you guys in my house. I will always welcome you as my brothers. JB, you're in North Dakota. Matt, you're from PA.
Nebraska.
Oh, yeah, that's it. But needless to
North
say,
Dakota, jeez.
I'm thinking about Carson Wentz, sorry.
Yeah.
But
That's your quarterback.
exactly.
That's my coach.
But I mean, it's so messed up right now. Like, it's so many different things going on. George Floyd was murdered by a white police officer. Does that make all police officers bad? No. Does that make all white people bad? No. That's one racist cop.
Yeah.
And even when he was in the time he was being murdered, you had an Asian cop just standing there and just watching. So it's just not all white people. You know what I mean? So what I say to our listeners right now is educate, be empathetic about what's going on, because my brother JB and my brother Matt are empathetic and sympathetic with what I'm going through. Matt, you've been in my house, you've met my wife, you've seen my kids, but you know what the difference is between me and you? If you have kids, you ain't got to explain to your kids why the country doesn't like you because of their color. And that's something I have to go through. And it sucks. It really, really sucks. But you guys know that. You know what I mean? Like, if Uncle Matt comes over, Dimitri will give you a hug. Am I wrong?
No, every time.
But does he see a color?
Nope.
There it is. The one thing I will say with this podcast is wrestling sees no color. It brings people of different ethnicities and different backgrounds and different upbringings together. And I wish the world would reflect and see this as an example of just unity, equality, and just being a human being. That's all I got to say about that, man.
All right. Thanks a lot, Darryl. And yeah, I mean, we're all on the same page, that there's nothing there. And there's really nothing, I mean, there's nothing we can really say, Matt and I, you
don't have to say anything. Like, no. I know how you feel already. You're good.
Yeah. It's all heartbreaking.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I mean, I'll tell you, like the last week, I've loaded up Twitter or whatever, and I look at like 5 tweets, and I'm like, I gotta shut this off, and I just shut it down. Like I have, you guys probably know, the listeners know, like I've been on social media a lot less in 2020 than I've been in previous years. And I feel like it's more for my own mental health than anything else. But nowadays, like especially in like the last week, like you log on to Twitter right now and it's like a war zone. Yeah. Like a social media war zone. And I'm just like, oh my God, I don't want to be a part of this.
Yeah.
And I shut it off. And I just, because I hate looking at it. And I hate that the world has gotten this bad this quickly. Because I certainly don't want to turn this into a political podcast or anything. But I feel like we were heading in the right direction as a country, as a planet. And in the last couple of years, we've just taken a massive downward spike in a negative direction. And it's so terrible to see it. And it breaks my heart. And I wish the world as one to come together and fight this shit. So that's basically where I'm at.
Yeah,
I'm not good at eloquently putting thoughts down of this magnitude. I can ramble about wrestling all day.
and we're gonna.
When it comes to shit this serious, man. Oh, like I don't even know where to begin. I don't know the right words to say. I know nothing that I say can be enough for the people that are hurting and are suffering right now. Like all I could do was just be as supportive as I can when people need me. And it sucks. Like the world sucks right now.
Yeah, I'm not going to dive into what's happening. Everybody knows what's happening and the reasons for that. I mean, there's many different things going on, so it's nothing I'm going to talk about now. I've talked about it enough on Facebook till I'm blue in the face, and I am baffled even after the fact. This week alone, I'm still baffled about how many idiots there are out there with voices, and
they're being exposed right now.
Exactly. But
I guess that's probably the only positive we can take from this. Yeah. Like these scumbags are being exposed. And it's time to get them out of our society by any means necessary.
I'm not a social media guy, but the one thing I will say, the positivity in social media is the fact that it gives people a voice, whether it's good or bad, and it's actually giving those folks who were closet racists a voice, and so now we can weed them out.
Yeah, I mean, we were starting to weed those people out in 2008, and now it's really if they've been hiding, if they've been going unscathed somehow, since 08, now it's blatantly obvious, and there's even stuff happening in my backyard that gained national attention.
Wow.
And some bullshit decisions by our justice system came down. I was afraid Omaha was going to burn last night. Thankfully it didn't. But anybody that is around here or is familiar with the story in Omaha, look it up. And basically a young man was murdered in Omaha, and the justice system might have failed immediately, but landlord evicted him, so his businesses are gone. He'll get his eventually. And so I think that's going to be, I just wanted to bring up the situation in Omaha.
Okay.
And I'm not going to talk right or wrong of what's going on in reactions and everything. That's not my place. I'm not going to go there. Everybody that knows me knows my side on that. So the last thing I'm going to say before we go to wrestling, I'm going to say, at least in my city, it got a little more peaceful. Protests, relationships with the officers, everything was really good last night. There was a few idiots out there that tried to destroy some things, but that was quickly stopped. But I think it was a rough Thursday into Friday with some things that happened that I didn't think would happen here. But tonight there's no curfew, and hopefully, that happens around the rest of the country going forward. So that's all I'm going to say about that. But
only thing I'll end with this before we touch into wrestling. People respond with anger. People respond with violence. Respond with an open mind. Because this person didn't deal with the same thing you did, educate them. If you educate them and they know, and you can tell them, or I'll say this, if they can find a way to walk me in your shoes, that's the best way. Because there are some people who just speak on their experiences, but until we as a people educate everybody else around us, we will never. They'll never know.
Yeah,
they'll never know. Straight up. Let's talk about some wrestling.
Let's talk some wrestling. This week we are. What's our next step? AEW Fighter Fest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Probably
they said the date would be announced this week.
Um,
I'm guessing mid-July if I had to guess, because All Out's September 5th. They've already confirmed that date, so I would say Fighter Fest probably mid-July would be my best guess.
Oh shit, that's my anniversary.
So we
July?
Yeah, no,
September
5th.
September 5th. Oh damn! You and your history with the All In, All Out pay-per-views has never been good. It's never been good.
Yeah, I've been married way before AEW.
I'm
not a fan of the pay-per-views on a holiday.
I get why they do it though. They think it will allow more people to travel in.
Yeah, but it's more
like I get why they do it, but
it's more expensive traveling over a holiday.
It absolutely is.
And it's
they assume more people will be off.
Yeah, but a lot of people are doing stuff, though, especially in the summer. A lot of people are
It's family-oriented holidays. Though.
Yeah, camping, going out, cooking.
Ain't nothing wrong with seeing AEW as a family.
That's true. Yeah.
Those shout out to Cody.
Being the Elite this week was called Gig. If you don't know what Gig is, ask Broken Matt. I love again, I'll say it again, the Broken Matt Wrestling Dictionary. They need to compilate this and make this into one video. I just love it. But there's a lot of gigging going on in BTE lately, isn't there?
Yeah.
They went in and they said, "Who wants to do media with Lost in the Midcard?" And they all gigged themselves, so they didn't have to do it. That's what happened.
What is the start of this gig thing? Like,
I don't know.
I don't know, man.
I'm baffled, but I love.
I think the first time they did it was at the was the match, right? The episode 200 match.
Maybe right after.
I think that was the first time they did it.
I thought the first time they did it, I thought was when they were playing horse. On
I thought Horse was after. I thought Horse was after. Episode 200.
Yeah, I thought that was when they started.
No, they gigged on the barbershop window spot.
Oh, okay. So then maybe it just turned into a running gag.
Yeah, I think they did it there, and it's turned into a running gag until they don't think it'll be funny anymore, and then they'll stop doing it.
A gag on the gig. A gig on the gag. Which way is it? I don't know.
Gig. We're just gonna be fucking ridiculous all night, guys. So
probably. I got Scott. So
if you want the ridiculousness of Lost in the Midcard, we're gonna try our best to give it to you tonight.
This is probably the ultimate blooper reel that gives no fuck reel.
I was wondering where Big Swole was going with her PSA this week. Started off risque. I guess is the word for it, but
look, she wouldn't have said anything. She only said things that I would possibly say.
True.
I hope she beats Nyla tomorrow.
That'd be great. Probably. I mean, Nyla doesn't need the win right now. You know.
No, I think it'll tell us a lot about what their future plans for Nyla is at the moment, based on the outcome of that match.
Either way, I'm good.
Yeah, it's gonna be a great match either way. But I'd like to see Swole get a big win, and I think that would be her biggest win easily in the company so far.
Hey, I love Swole.
Yeah, she's great.
Yeah, I don't think Nyla needs the win here.
I don't think so either, but they might be trying to build her back up after the loss to Sheeta. So I feel like it could go either way. I want Swole to win, but I think Nyla's going to win. That's my prediction. I know we don't normally do weekly show predictions, but I'm throwing it out there.
We throw them in there though.
Because fuck it. That's
we don't officially do them, but there's times where we throw it in. The private party saga came to an end.
I didn't like these.
It was weird.
Like they had a couple funny moments, but honestly, I'm really glad it's done.
I thought the Grand Theft Auto graphics were pretty cool though.
They were.
It was the teddy bear stuff.
Yeah.
I didn't like the wrestling with the teddy bear and the teddy bear doing the where to Teddy Undertaker gimmick. I don't know. Like, look, I love my ridiculousness in wrestling, and there's a lot of ridiculousness to be had in being the elite. I just didn't like it.
It was weird. It was weird.
Yeah.
I do like the nickname for Hangman though, Pussy Pants Page.
Pussy Pants Page.
That seriously, when we get crowds back and Page is there's gonna be a Pussy Pants chant. You know there is.
I don't think so. I think the crowd's gonna be fully behind Hangman when
yeah,
crowds return. I think Cowboy shit will be alive and well.
They'll still chant Pussy Pants because it's fun to chant.
If it was a full crowd, I could see Pussy Pants, but it ain't gonna be that way.
I think the only chance we get a chant like that is if it's Hangman and Kenny against Private Party.
Yeah.
I think we might get something like that then, but I don't. By the time the crowds come back, Hangman and Kenny might not even be a tag team anymore.
Yeah, it's hard telling.
They might drop those titles to the best friends at Fyter Fest. So.
We kick things off with the Inner Circle in front of a big truck full of their championship T-shirts, which you can buy for half off a normal shirt at PWTs.
This was fantastic.
You can get them for you can get an Inner Circle or $12.50, a half price, and those are great. Not getting one, Darryl?
Darryl's not impressed with the Stampede champion shirt.
I'm always for the discount. I might just actually have to cop one.
There it is.
Just because that's the homeboy hookup plan right there.
I was like, what do they do with those championship shirts? You know, and well, AEW sells theirs, so.
I think it'd be better if they. I don't think they have one, but I think it'd be better if they had the Elite Stadium Stampede Champion shirt for full price, and then the Stampede Champion Inner Circle shirt for half off. That would be amazing. I wish they'd have that.
It's pretty funny because I mean, they obviously make to order, so you know, it shows you that they can sell a shirt for less than $800 on Shop AEW.
Yeah. Lower your prices, guys.
But at least they lowered the shipping, kinda. I think it's 5 now instead of 8 or 7.
Look, it's in the works, man. Like,
yeah.
You see WWE trying to do 40% off next 1 week, 30% off next week.
Buy one get one.
Right.
That's the only time I buy anything from WWE at this point, when it's like buy one get one for $1 or buy one get one for $8. Like other than that, I ain't buying anything.
You buying a shirt every goddamn week.
Yeah. Huh?
I mean, you buying a shirt every week. Every time I turn on Raw, SmackDown, this tonight only. Get this shirt and you get a free roll of toilet paper. Like, come on, man.
Well, they'd have to have actually 2 shirts that I want to actually buy first. So
they don't have anything I want right now.
Yeah, WWE's shirt selection is not the best.
Yeah,
at the moment.
I went on a long run of buying a lot from them, and then it's been a while.
The last shirt I bought, it was one of those deals: buy one get one for like $1.
Yeah,
Cesaro Wrestling Purist and the Dream, Velveteen Dream to Dream Over. That's
I need to get the Purist one. I got a
sharp.
I got a Undisputed Era shirt. I think
I keep checking Hot Topic, hoping that they're going to get new AEW shirts in, because
Yeah.
I'd rather buy through Hot Topic than Pro Wrestling Tees.
They have better sales.
Yeah, pretty much.
Exactly. The sales are a lot better.
Yeah. Young Bucks took on Private Party to kick off things. Is that Private Party's first match
It was
since?
a 6-man though. It was a 6-man.
Yeah, that's right.
It was the Young Bucks and the multifarious Matt Hardy.
Wonderful,
Party
yes.
And
Party and
fuck this
Joey
Private-
Janela.
Yeah, Joey Janela. I was like, who the fuck did Private Party team with? I blanked for a minute. Yeah, the
We'll
bad
call,
boy.
we'll call them the alcoholics.
Yeah.
This ain't Wada. This is Wada.
So Butcher and the Blade attack the Bucks after they get the win, and lo and behold, here comes you hear a truck revving in the background. Is it Cody? Is it Cody again? Is it Cody gonna go bash through a barricade again with his truck? No, it is FTR. Dax Harwood, Cash Wheeler. There, I said it right, Matt.
Do it again. Do it again. Do it again.
I appreciate you, JB. I appreciate you. Put respect on their names.
Do it again.
Daryl's requesting the others. So Dick
Don't
Hardwood.
Don't do it.
Dick Hardwood and Ass Healer.
Yes.
You know what? I'm not even gonna say it. I'll say it after we go off the air. I don't want to jinx this show. I'll say it when we go off the air. Remind me of this moment when we go off the air, so I can freaking tell you, jobbers, you're jinxing us right now.
I'll probably
you're
forget
jinxing
it.
us.
I'll
Don't worry,
forget
I'm
it.
gonna explain when the show's done.
I won't remember.
Yeah,
You better remember.
I'll forget.
You better not forget.
So FTR stares down the Young Bucks. Oh yeah, they're gonna beat up the Bucks right now. They attack Butcher and Blade, and then a little stare down, and Bucks are like, oh okay, we're being friendly. Let me shake your hands, and they just walk away. Nope, don't want any of that. Slow
What do you
burn.
think? Fighter Fest are all out for that match.
Got to be all out.
I'm thinking all out
Stay
too.
all out.
Yeah,
Save it for hopefully a crowd.
hopefully by September we can hope.
You know, you say how that it's a shame that some of these debuts didn't happen with a crowd, but you know, with the first time they appear in a live crowd, you're gonna still get that debut pop, kind of.
And I think the AEW talent around the ring did exactly what the AEW fans would have done anyway. They gave us the holy shit chant.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
I still thought it was a moment. I still thought it was important. I still thought it came off really, really well.
Yeah.
We all want the fans and the crowds back, but you know, right now we gotta take what we can get. And despite the WWE poorly treating their NXT trainees,
Get them fuckers some chairs.
12-hour taping segments, at least the AEW talent is given chairs and shorter things to work through, and you can hear their passion.
Well, AEW is live, ain't it?
Yep.
From my understanding, Wednesday was live.
Yeah. Oh, they
taped tomorrow's show on Thursday,
Okay.
and then everybody got to go home. That's mine. I could be completely wrong, but I think I remember hearing that.
Brian Cage.
Who can stop the path of Cage, brother?
I think that's a weird opening. No, you can't, Daryl.
You could take Daryl's head off.
I think it's a weird having Taz talk at the beginning of the entrance theme.
Well, it's based off Taz's old tagline.
Yeah.
Who can stop the path of rage?
Yeah.
They just took rage and turned it to Cage. And I guess I also feel it's a play off of, well, here comes the pain.
Yeah.
That we were always used to hearing. As soon as it might as well have been inserted into Brock's entrance when Taz was commentating for the company, because we got it every single time he came out. So just like
it's boss time.
Well, even now when Brock comes out, I still hear in my head, well, here comes the pain.
Yeah.
You know, so I think they're trying to do the same thing with who could stop the path of Cage. So you you think of that every time you see him. I think that's what they're doing.
And Taz cut a promo to Mox because Mox was on commentary, and he finished it with "Beat him if you can, survive if he lets you."
If I let you.
Good
Love
stuff.
It. I love Taz.
Yeah, that's all.
I love seeing him. I love the legend managers or the legend wrestlers in managerial roles.
Yeah, and nobody expected Taz to be doing this.
No, actually, I expected they were going to bring him in as an authority figure.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that didn't happen. And now
And
they're doing this, and so I love it. And look, the era of the manager isn't dead. WWE just fucked it up. You know, managers are still great.
Yeah.
In modern day professional wrestling, and AEW is proving that.
At least AEW
this entire year with some great managers with their talent.
At least WWE is trying it again with Zelina Vega. Robert Stone, though, he got fired.
Yeah, so
I don't know if that's good. I don't know if that firing is permanent, but unless they're calling her up, which it could happen. There are a lot of people getting that call up apparently. Matt Riddle.
I've heard 3 people are getting called up, and I don't know who the third one is.
Dijak.
I heard it's Riddle. I heard it's Dijakovic, and I don't know who the third one is. It might be Chelsea Green. I don't know.
Might be Chelsea. But yeah, I mean, Taz is a manager. Great. I mean, you got Arn, you got Jake. They're doing it right. Tully. They're doing it right. Just get Tully's face off of Spears' boxers, and we'll be all right. That was a little awkward.
Listen, I don't even want to talk about
that. How about Britt Baker, ROLL model on the back of her wheelchair? Britt Baker's awesome. Sounds like about 8 weeks she'll be off. But hey, if she can still cut some promos in those 8 weeks from that wheelchair.
Yeah, I think they're still going to use her on TV every now and then between now and All Out.
I like how they
because they're going to have to build who she's going to face, and yeah. I would assume it's going to be Statlander, since that was the original plan for Double or Nothing. But
yeah, and you know, eventually, you know, she'll probably be in that wheelchair and then get out and attack someone when they're not expecting it. So
yeah, that'll be a good spot.
I like the use of Rebel as the assistant too. So
hey, I love seeing Rebel on the TV.
Me too.
Yeah, Baker called Chris Statler and being an alien is a crock of shit. And yeah.
Dude, that promo was straight out of mid-90s WCW era Jericho.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. I guarantee you Jericho had a lot of help in putting that promo together.
Armbar! Hikaru Shida took on Christy James. Cody Rhodes cutting a promo. Probably one of the better promo guys in the business today, Cody Rhodes.
I would agree with that.
Thanks.
So he said he's going to defend it every week. So that's cool. The old TNT Championship.
Look, essentially it's a television title. I like the fact that the television title is going to be defended weekly. Well, I mean, for as long as Cody has it anyway, it might change when a heel gets it. But look, the Open Challenge era of the United States Championship with John Cena, that title never meant more in the WWE than it meant during that time. When Cena was doing that shit every week and making new stars and getting people over and shit. You know, like Cody can do that same thing, and Cody can do it just as well.
Yeah, it shot the rocket up Kevin Owens' ass.
Sami Zayn.
Yep. SCU, Scorpio, and Kaz taking on Jimmy Havoc, Kip Sabian. The bad guys get the win there. Good tag match with those guys. Battle Royal for the shot at the TNT title, won by Jungle Boy. So this week,
surprising.
Yeah, later on tonight, you'll as you're listening or watching the show, the podcast later on tonight, you'll see Jungle Boy and Cody square off for the TNT Championship. Should be a hell of a match.
Was I the only one surprised that Jungle Boy won?
I wasn't.
You weren't surprised?
I think the company see. I think the company sees.
I definitely thought Cody's first opponent was going to be a heel. Like I thought it was going to be, Wardlow or MJF or something along those lines. So I was surprised it was Jungle Boy. I was happy about it. I thought it was cool.
Because didn't we have the participants last week, Matt? Like we were talking about them. I wanted to think we made a prediction, and I wanted to think I thought I was predicting the guy behind my shoulder here, but I can't remember.
Hey, he almost got it.
I couldn't remember if we made a prediction on that or not. I can't remember.
I don't remember.
Yep. So Jungle Boy, Cody this week. Kenny Omega and Hangman take on Havoc and Sabian. That's title match too, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because the best friends get the title match at Fyter Fest.
Jericho Colt Cabana. That should be a good match. And then we had the Inner Circle Pep Rally.
It was amazing. Jericho said Hager wrote that poem.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. Yeah, it was all his poem.
I liked Santana got him a Puerto Rican gift basket, and Jericho says my abuela loves it too, or something like that.
Anthony.
That's gonna be a T-shirt.
I need it.
My abuela, my grandma.
Chopped beef.
I just had that for dinner a couple of days ago.
Sammy had his own scooter. Hit me up sign on it. Jericho trophy, king of dad jokes.
Participation trophy. It was great.
Jericho said he has not forgotten what Tyson did to him on January 11th, 2010. So Tyson comes out with quite the odd entourage. Rashad Evans, Vitor Belfort, the amongst some others, and Tyson and Jericho. By God. Of course, all the WWE marks. Oh, they're copying. Where?
Did you see the people online that wanted Brody Lee out there to be yelling at Jericho that he ruined it?
No, that's fucking funny.
That would have been hilarious.
You ruined it!
That'd have been fucking hilarious.
That's Mr. Brody Lee, Matt, by the way. Remember that. Don't forget.
God damn it.
Yes, says the same guy who calls FTR what you called him. I'm not even saying it. I'm putting respect on FTR's name.
I did. FTR.
Okay. So Tyson and Jericho probably it all out somehow or some way. I don't know what they're doing.
Will it go that long?
Well, you won't have Tyson on every week, so.
Yeah, I'm with you. That's something like because we got what are we in June now?
They're not gonna have Tyson on a free show like Fyter Fest.
Well, we don't know if Fyter Fest is free. It was free last year, but we don't.
True.
I'm hoping it's free this year. I'm hoping it's not another $50 pay-per-view. But we don't know yet. They haven't said. So, fingers crossed that it's just a BR Live free show. It was supposed to be in London.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah, Tony Khan said the original plan was for Fyter Fest to be in London, one of their first overseas shows, and of course, well, we all know what happened.
Damn Corona.
Yep. NXT triple threat match to determine one half of the finals for the Cruiserweight Drake Maverick Kushida Jake Atlas, won by Drake Maverick. I fully believe he is signed again.
Yeah, I believe he is too.
He's going to win the tournament.
Here.
Johnny Gargano took on Adrian Alanis, who was from Evolve. So another Evolve guy there. Then we have Mia Yim and Keith Lee eating dinner. with Tegan Knox as the pizza girl.
And Latino Heat shirt.
Yeah.
Latino Heat.
Oh man. Shake it. That was some good shit, pal. The Mia Yim and Keith Lee dinner.
Well, to me, after that's done, they can never go back and do the Candice and Johnny segment again.
True.
Because they buried it. Lee and Mia buried it so bad they can never go back and do that segment again.
Yeah.
Shotzi Blackheart took on Raquel Gonzalez. Blackheart with a
Blackheart almost killed herself.
Yep, scary.
Leave the coffin drops to Darby, please.
Yeah, she about. Thank God Raquel caught her.
I don't even know if I could consider what they did catching her.
But
if they had caught her, we wouldn't be talking about the spot.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know if Shotzi overshot it. Yeah, see what I did there?
Shotzi overshot it.
See what I did there, pal? That's good shit. Flair and a mystery partner took on Io Shirai and Rhea Ripley. Mystery partner was Chelsea Green, and of course, after they got the win, Chelsea's like, "I don't need you anymore, Robert Stone." So,
ain't a bitch.
Leon Ruff, jobber to the stars, took on Tommaso Ciampa.
Jobber to the stars.
I almost said Leo Ruff, but Leon, his girlfriend, is a NXT referee. The second female. Is there only two?
There were only two.
Obviously, Jessica. I couldn't remember if there was only two, though. But yeah. She did get a referee one of his jobs recently on NXT. What do you guys think of the cage fight? I love the cage setup. I wish there was a couple more cameras on top for some better views instead of. I always hate looking through the damn cage. But I enjoyed it. I thought it was well done. It looked cool. What did you guys think?
I'm not mad at it. I enjoyed it.
I thought it was cool.
It was a sweet setup. That's for damn sure. And
you have to think they're going to use it again. You didn't spend all that money to do a one-off of that match type. That's got to be a new match type for the WWE brand going forward. And with Riddle coming to SmackDown, they should use it on SmackDown. I bet Fox would love a UFC-style cage match on their programming, in the months to come.
They could, Shayna could do one, obviously. Have a do a match. And Thatcher gets the big win. Of course, we knew going into this that Riddle was probably leaving, and they didn't quite announce it, but it did get leaked. So Thatcher with the big win there on the main event.
I'm just thinking about something, fellas. Who's the champion on SmackDown?
Braun,
okay. I'm just trying to figure out some things here.
Might change a week from Sunday, but
yeah.
Yeah, on the show last week we were talking about it, Darryl, and we think Miz and Morrison are going to take that title.
Oh yeah, I can see that easy.
Hey.
Ho ho.
SmackDown. Oh geez. Jeff Hardy segment.
You really gonna get me going on this?
I tell you what. Thank God they closed that end on that show and didn't leave us stewing about that bullshit for a whole week. Thank God they had Hardy show up later in that show.
Can I get my 3 cents on that?
Yeah.
Throw it in, homie. Shoot from the 3-point line.
Honestly, why?
Yeah.
Why?
Because Vince is a fucking asshole. That's why.
Mm-hmm.
If this was done with let's say this was a storyline for Elias instead of Jeff, I wouldn't have had a problem with it because Elias doesn't have a history of drunk driving and drug problems and DUIs and shit. The fact that they take somebody's real life demons that he's been fighting for years and has had to go to rehab and shit for and make him relive that kind of shit on their fucking television product. Fuck them.
Vince has made a living doing that his whole life.
My biggest thing is, and I get why he did it, the one person I'm mad at is Jeff Hardy, because you allowed that to happen. You said, yes, I will play on it. I get why you did it, because that's the boss, that's your job. We all do things at our job that we don't necessarily agree with, but at the same time, you're not going to play on my life.
Yeah. At the same time, it's like, God,
I can't imagine that he felt he had much of a choice in the matter.
It's like, what do? You're getting this paycheck. You want to keep getting that paycheck. And sometimes these people
they've got him locked up for like almost another year.
I mean,
due to the injuries and the time off and all that. Like, he's stuck there for a while.
But what's the worst that can happen if he just says fuck it?
I don't know.
What is that on money?
What he'll quit and go wrestle with his brother?
Yeah.
It's not like regular life. These guys are professional athletes. Like, you have avenues.
I mean, he's going to quit and be sitting for a whole year then with no money.
Well, they got to pay him his downside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if they're just gonna send him home and not use him, they got to pay him his downside. I mean, that's how FTR got out as early as they did, because they got all their downside already and they were sitting home and they weren't getting paid. And it was essentially like they came to the agreement, or like they sold or they handed over some of the shit that they trademarked over to WWE to just get the deals done and get out.
And to be honest, those probably weren't even their plans anyways. Like Fear of the Revolt, really? No.
Yeah.
Here, you can have that, WWE. I mean, we really wanted it, but you can have it. Okay.
Well, I think WWE got like no flips, just fists, and Shatter Machine.
Thank God that was
I think they got that. I think they got that stuff.
Thank God that was a shitty ass name for a move, anyways. Keep Shatter Machine. But yeah, that Jeff Hart. Like I said, thank God they
should have. Look, you have a fucking hacker gimmick. They should have utilized the hacker, and they should have had the hacker break in before the night was over and shown footage of who did it.
Now they probably, and it still may happen. The hacker might have provided something to the police, maybe. Something like that could happen. Obviously, Jeff is going to speak on SmackDown this Friday and tell the truth. So, I mean, we all know what happened. Well, maybe. I mean, maybe it ain't Sheamus.
Oh, he was Sheamus. That's why Jeff came out and attacked him at the end.
Yeah, maybe it wasn't. So, yeah, but how about, did you guys see CM Punk making fun of the cops in that scene?
Yeah.
As he should have.
The bad acting. Is Punk on tonight?
Oh, shit, I think he is.
Oh, is it Punk and Daniel Bryan?
Yeah, I think it is. I think a while backstage might actually be good tonight.
Well, good thing we'll probably be getting through this here pretty quickly. So, Adam Pearce doing a little impartial, authoritative role.
So I hear is like running SmackDown now.
Oh, is no Pritchard, or is Pritchard gone with the COVID?
I don't know. I heard something last week that Pierce was in charge of SmackDown, and I don't know the deal with Pritchard.
I like Pierce as a non-partial, authoritative role, basically like Regal. So I think he does pretty good at the job. So, so a battle royale will commence. To the winner faces Daniel Bryan. Of course, AJ, he just wants to cruise on to the final. So, and Pierce said, well, if that's what you want to do, go right ahead. So see, I kind of like this kind of authority figure type of deal. We don't see him that often, so it's not being overdone. So it's pretty cool. So we had the battle royal. I really like how they used Jey Uso. Jey Uso lasted quite a while in this thing. For a long time, when one brother's gone, the other brother disappears. I like that they use Jey, because I mean his brother is out for probably 6 more months, if not more. I can't remember what he had, but in the end, Sheamus wins. He's gonna he eliminated him and Jay and Sheamus were the last two. So Sheamus took on Daniel Bryan. There was also seed sown with Cesaro and Shorty G. Set up stuff later on there. Sonya Deville, who's been great lately, she took on Lacey Evans, double count out. Moment of Bliss with Bliss and Cross, and Bailey and Sasha come out all to set up the tag title match, which is Friday, right? Or is that a Backlash? That's a SmackDown this week, isn't it?
I think it's next week.
Oh, okay, but not pay per view though, right?
I don't think it's pay. I think it's next week's SmackDown, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they are saving that for Backlash.
I wanted to think.
No, because it's already been taped.
It's for this week, I thought, but
I think it's for next week.
Okay.
I think it's for next week, but it's already been taped, so it's not going to be a Backlash.
Bliss and Banks had a one-on-one match there. Otis and Mandy at the pool. That was interesting. Otis recreating the Phoebe Cates scene of ripping off the bikini at Fast Times at Ridgemont High. There was a great they did a somebody on Reddit did a side-by-side comparison, and I obviously believe Reddit has a no nudity rule, so they put Otis's face on her boobs when she rips off the top. Great edit there. Great edit.
My god.
Otis and Mandy, they cracked me up. Kurt Angle endorsing Matt Riddle, who's coming to SmackDown. We got more on Kurt Angle. He was told or was offered to be his manager, and Angle turned him down. You fuckers fired me. No.
Yeah, I don't blame him.
He's going to AEW. It's true.
To do what though?
He could be maybe he could be the authoritative figure. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, but I don't know if AEW wants to do that.
Maybe he still wants to. Nah, he can't wrestle much anymore. I don't
No, he can't. No. Kurt's wrestling days are in the pizzast.
Now, I read something that those producers were just furloughed and being brought back. Is that the case with Angle?
No, Angle is listed with the talent.
Okay. Daniel Bryan Sheamus, great match. Bryan winning. Nobody's surprised there. Bryan AJ for the finals, which I heard was a word backstage, tremendous match, as that was already taped. So that and is that this week? Tournament finals. Bryan and that's already been taped, so that's this week, I think.
It is.
I think that's next week.
What the hell are they doing this week? Jeez.
Now I'm really confused.
Yeah, well, that's what they get when they tape everything and make.
Wait, what was the other thing?
Tag title match, women.
Maybe I'm getting them mixed up. Maybe the women's tag title match hasn't been taped, and that's going to be a Backlash. But Styles and Bryan, I'm almost 100% positive has been taped.
Oh, it has, because I already heard reviews. I heard reviews that it was really good.
Yeah, so I'm thinking that's what's. I think that's what's going. I think I got my wires crossed and backwards. I think the women's tag match is going to be a Backlash, and I think Styles and Bryan are next Friday.
And there's still two SmackDowns yet too before the pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Jeff Hardy comes out and attacks Sheamus afterwards to close the show. Like I said, thank God we didn't have to sit all week wondering, are they really going through with this drunk Angle? Really? Thank God they closed that up in a hurry. Monday Night Raw leads off with Seth Rollins with a good promo, basically doing the Rey Mysterio retirement thing. Aleister Black comes and attacks everybody. Then we get Black and Rollins in a really lengthy, really good match between those two. Probably going to get a 6-man match eventually with Rey coming back. More on Rey later. I thought it was funny having Shawn Michaels talk about the greatest wrestling match ever coming up considering that match is probably not going to touch HBK and Taker. But so I thought it was kind of
Not a
weird.
chance.
Yeah,
They're setting them. They're setting them up to fail.
yeah, I mean, it'd be good.
In my opinion. Look, yeah, but they're hyping it up so much.
Yeah.
Like it's not going to be able to live up to the hype.
They think Meltzer's going to give it 7 stars. You know.
Yeah, I hope not.
Yeah, I don't think it'll be even close.
I mean, I wonder how, you know, will it even be nominated for Match of the Year, let alone be the greatest wrestling match ever?
You can't hype that shit up and it be a disappointment.
No.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I'm thinking they're setting them up to fail. I think the match will be good, but at the same token, I don't think it could get anywhere near to the point where the fans are going to expect it to be because of all this hype of it's going to be the greatest wrestling match of all time. You put some kind of hype behind that, it's impossible to meet and live up to expectations. I think the match will be great, but I think people will be coming out of Backlash going, yeah, the match is good. It wasn't the greatest wrestling match ever.
Oh, yeah.
and I think that's going to be the stigma on that match afterwards, and I think that sucks for Edge and Orton.
Mm-hmm.
You guys, what are you guys thinking of the Bobby Lashley MVP Lana stuff?
Don't care for it.
I don't care. Period. I wish they'd let Lana out of her deal.
Yeah.
Because if this is how they're going to use her for the next 5 years, I don't need to see it.
Yeah, it's like they just using her as a placeholder. Straight up.
Apollo Crews interviewed by Charlie Caruso and handpicks Kevin Owens as his deserving opponent for the U.S. title. So we had a United States Championship match that got interrupted by Andrade and Angel Garza. So, of course, Teddy Long comes out. We got a tag match player.
Yeah.
So,
holla, holla, holla.
Good guys win that. Street Profits against the Viking Raiders in bowling.
It was something.
I enjoy these. These are fun. A decathlon next week. That just screams original NXT to me, but we'll see. Oh boy. Uh-oh. Darryl got the smoke.
Want all the smoke.
I loved it when he nodded. Tez nodded over to the guy and said, "We want the smoke." And then all of a sudden it was glow bowling time. I love glow bowling. Glow bowling's fun.
Awesome.
Billy Kay took on Nikki Cross. I love the Iconics. So glad they're back. Rey Mysterio talking, kind of basically saying he doesn't know when he'll be back, but Dominic, seriously, Dominic's turning on Rey, joining Seth Rollins. It's happening. Book it. Dominic's joining Seth Rollins. It's going to happen. I said it here.
Lame.
I said it here. And
just
then
because you said it doesn't mean it's not lame.
I said it weeks ago. And
yes, and it was just as lame then as it is lame now.
And this whole
it's so lame Darryl won't even look at you.
This whole thing. Peekaboo. This whole Dominic talking to the camera.
Peekaboo, Darryl.
Yeah.
Did you seriously?
He just seriously just peekabooed. Yeah, we're preschool. We're playing preschool now here. Yeah. Dominic is totally turning heel, and it's gonna be so shocking. R-Truth got his baby back,
and Gronk got out of his contract.
And Nia Jax cut open Kairi Sane.
Not like most girls.
Yeah, she's sloppier.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I don't think you can really defend Nia Jax as a safe wrestler anymore.
No, dude, the history is there.
We're getting exhibits A, B, C. We're going double letters now. Exhibit double D. Hello. Oops. Did I say that?
I'm just saying, how many people can she injure until enough is enough as far as WWE is concerned?
Orton cut a great promo. Edge and Orton definitely cutting great promos, but great promos do not make the greatest match ever. So.
No, it makes a bigger build-up and a setup for disappointment if the shit's not there.
Yep.
I mean, I think the shit's going to be there.
Look, I said I think it's going to be a great match, but I think people will leave the match going. The match was good, but it wasn't the greatest wrestling match ever.
Exactly.
And I think that's where they fail.
Here's the thing. Here's the difference between AEW and WWE.
Oh, there's a lot of differences, but
If this match was in WWE,
We're going to be here for a while.
I'm sorry, if this match was in AEW, we would know that it's up to the talent. It'd be great writing and great wrestling because it would be no restrictions.
Yeah.
Because WWE is what it is and who it's ran by, it's going to be certain restrictions, certain guidelines that they have to approach, and some more shit.
And no buckle bombs.
Yeah,
And
right.
AEW is not going to hype up the Young Bucks versus FTR as the greatest tag team match ever.
They're
not gonna do it.
They might just in spite. They might just to fuck with them.
They would do it because they can, and they know.
I think that's something you can say after the fact. Like
Yeah.
they've claimed that Heyman and Kenny against the Bucks might have been the greatest wrestling tag team match of all time. And it might have been.
It might have
but
been.
They never said that
No.
until after the match happened.
It's so
And
stupid.
that's where I think WWE is gonna get themselves into trouble. WWE has gone for years of not even saying the word wrestling. Like that was a banned word. You're not allowed to say wrestling on a wrestling show.
Took
But
Paul
now
Heyman.
all of a sudden, the greatest wrestling match ever.
Yeah, it
Come
took Paul Heyman to say "fuck you, Vince. I'm gonna use it." And
All I'm gonna say is this: remember when the Super Showdown was supposed to be bigger than WrestleMania, and it wasn't?
it was terrible.
There you go.
Oh yeah, the greatest Royal Rumble wasn't the greatest Royal Rumble, was it?
he got it.
Nope.
He got it.
Straight up.
Charlotte Flair and Asuka, good match.
Until the end.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nia Jax ruins another thing.
She's not like most girls.
Drew McIntyre beat MVP, and we go off the air with Lashley putting on the full Nelson.
Master Lock.
I miss Chris Masters.
Call it what it is, damn it. It's the Master Lock. Because that's what they're treating it like. They're not treating it like it's a typical full Nelson.
No,
they're treating it as the Master Lock.
They're putting that bitch over.
And I think, if memory serves me right, I think Lashley was the first person to break out of the Master Lock.
Oh.
So it all kind of goes around full circle.
Wow.
Somewhere Masters is doing a titty dance.
That dude was underrated, man.
Oh yeah.
Especially his second run with the company. I thought he was pretty damn good in the ring.
He got so much better.
Take a look at the help section in your Alexa.
It's not me this time.
Alexa talking shit.
Usually it's mine that's going off.
Take a look at the help section in your Alexa app.
Okay, well, go to sleep.
Put her to sleep.
Sheesh.
Put her up. Give her that knee.
Alexa, you're fired.
Yeah, for the longest time, this might have been before you joined the show, Darryl. For the longest time, I had to refer to her as Miss Bliss.
Wow.
I would trigger.
Yeah, because every time he brought her up, his freaking Alexa would go off.
I'm gonna call mine.
Well, WWE refuses to remember there's a women's revolution, but we will re-air WWE Revolution on FS1 Tuesday, July 9th.
Oh, isn't Mania 31 on tonight?
Tonight,
Yes.
yeah, it's on right now.
San Fran, the cash in where Seth Rollins cashed in on Brock Lesnar in a 2-man match.
I'm telling you right now, if Sting would have beat Triple H that night, it might have been one of my favorite Manias.
Yeah.
Were you there, Matt?
I was. I really enjoyed that show, and like the only thing that took me out of that show that night was Triple H beating Sting. I was pissed off.
He didn't need to do that.
He didn't. It was Vince and his petty bullshit, and I should have known as soon as they turned it into a Monday Night Wars storyline.
Yeah.
That Triple H was going over.
Was that our first Mania?
No, it's Dallas.
No, for the podcast.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Was it?
Was it?
It might have been because Roman won the Rumble that year.
Yeah, because our very first episode was after everybody booed Roman and The Rock couldn't save the booze.
Welcome to
Yeah,
Philly.
that had to have been.
Yeah, because I did a solo podcast because you were gone.
Yeah, because I was there.
Yep.
Welcome to
And
Philly.
so I did, because this was back when we would do podcasts right after the pay-per-views. And then we got a very...
Yeah, because our shows in general used to be much shorter.
Yeah.
Our shows were a lot shorter back then.
Yeah.
You guys need to think about if it is a Mania next year to go next year in the Rams new stadium. Consider it.
Matt's like,
I haven't been to a Mania since Dallas, and there's a very good reason for that. To
Me
go back
either.
and watch that show.
but I haven't been to a Mania before that either. So
Ryder won the Intercontinental title, and it all went to shit from there.
I'm the only one in this world that called that shit.
you guys can head over to Ring of Honor's YouTube.
For what?
Matt will be interested in this. Matt, did you just unplug yourself when you're doing that?
No, keep talking, JB. I'm interested to hear what you got to say.
I didn't plug myself. I'm right here.
Okay. Mandy Leone reacts to her very first match.
I was at her very first match. Wasn't it with Deonna Purrazzo?
I don't know, but you can check Ring of Honor's YouTube to see.
I'm pretty sure it was. I was there, and it's a funny story. That's back when she was selling merch that wasn't Ring of Honor merch, and I emailed her before the show, and I was like, "Can you bring one of your shirts to the show? I'll buy it off of you." And we met up at intermission, and I went over and got the. I bought her shirt.
Yeah, that's Deonna.
So yeah, I was at her first Ring of Honor match.
They do a split screen with Mandy reacting to the match. So
That's cool.
see,
Darryl looks so unenthused. I'm
Darryl-
waiting for the FJC tagline here.
no, Daryl's video's not froze. He's just sitting like that, thinking of joke off.
Yeah. Keep going.
Wow. Where's the Mandy Leone hate?
So Matt, so this was in a gymnasium, basically, right? So I see a basketball hoop.
It was the was it the old indoor soccer arena?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Where ROH was a lot before they moved to
To
the UMBC Center.
Yeah, I'm seeing some basketball hoops on the walls and like beige walls, brown beige walls.
It was an indoor field hockey / soccer / like basketball arena.
Fine for what it was.
Yeah. It's more
Jericho announces the third Cruise of Jericho triple whammy.
I think this is a bad idea.
February 2021. Yeah, I want to go to one. I got two buddies.
It would not be this one.
not in that close circle.
No. I got a couple buddies that have gone to both.
I'm worried he's going to lose money on this go around.
Yeah.
And he's not going to do it. He's not going to want to do another one after this one because I don't think that there's going to be enough interested parties that are going to be brave enough to go and do this. Not only are you around a whole bunch of strangers for several days, you're on a boat, traveling international waters.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm good, fam.
A little
I'm
risky.
good.
I don't think he'll lose money in the future. I mean, I don't think he'll stop doing it. It's just circumstantial at this point.
Yeah.
Well, I hope he understands that there's a potential that he's going to lose money on the third one.
Yeah.
I mean, he's bank on the same thing that the rest of the wrestling world is banking on. Like, maybe should have opened up. I get where he's coming from, but at the same time, like, you just got to play that shit by ear.
Yeah, I fully believe things are going to be opened up by July or August now. At least bars and stuff, but I don't know, sporting events. But I think around here, at least, I think most restrictions will be off.
I think I just got breaking news. I'm trying to confirm it right now.
Bum, bum, bum. Okay. Well, Matt confirms, FYI, Mark Quinn, injuries at work, so Matt Hardy helping him to the back at the end of that match. But it was just a work to set up the Butcher and the Blade attacking the Bucks. So Thankfully, Mark Quinn is okay. The official promotional partner for the AEW action figures when they come out this August will be Walmart and also ringsidecollectibles.com. So you'll be able to get those figures at either site here once those come out. We already talked about Chelsea Green and Robert Stone breaking up. Dark Side of the Ring becomes the highest rated series in Vice TV history. Well, probably because who can name another series on Vice TV?
World's most expensivest.
Is that a word?
Isn't Fuck That's Delicious on there?
Huh?
Isn't Fuck That's Delicious on there?
I don't know. It's got 2 chains. It has a lot of weed.
All plans for season 3 are moving forward. No surprise there.
Let me ask you, if you had a top 3, real quick, if you had a top 3 on the top of your head with that series for the next season, what 3 stories would you pick?
Oof.
Yeah. That they have not touched on at this point.
It's weird because a lot of it deals in death, and I feel like they don't have to deal in death.
They didn't particularly deal with death majority of this season, though.
Jay just bookended it with the major ones.
Yeah, for the most part. You could look at Vince and the steroids issue.
Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
Hulk Hogan's troubles. You could look at. It's hard to think of a.
You can touch on possibly the whole CTE like the CTE situation. How many wrestlers have died from CTE? Balls Mahoney.
Yeah.
Shit like that. Just a random thought of mine. That's all.
Yeah, I'd really have to think about it because
some of the things on this second season I didn't even know was a story. Like the UWF, or was that what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even know that was a damn story. Or the what was the guy that attacked the reporter for saying wrestling was fake?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that was even a story. Like, yeah. Just a random thought.
I'm really thinking.
Okay. I think this might be Impact fucking with people.
That never happens.
Yeah. Well, at the end of Impact tonight, they aired a promo for Slammiversary.
Okay.
And it's some guy watching some guy in a hood watching a television talking about breaking news of all the talent that got released, and it cuts to pictures of Eric Young, Carl Anderson, Lou Gallows, EC3, Rockstar Spud, Kurt Hawkins, Mike Bennett, and Maria.
Nexus
And
copy.
they advertised Slammiversary on July 18th.
You think they're copying Nexus or trying to or teasing it?
There's no way all of those people are going to fucking Impact.
No.
There's no fucking way.
But all those names you named were not AEW targets that we thought.
Gallows and Anderson should
Except for
absolutely be
Gallows and
AEW
Anderson,
targets.
yes. Like Spud. You even thought EC3 may come back. Mike and Maria.
And I absolutely feel like Mike Bennett and Maria should end up in Ring of Honor.
But why?
So
we were trying to think of Dark Side of the Ring topics for next season, Matt. You have any ideas?
they could do Jeff Hardy whenever he gets out of contract.
Chris Candido.
Chris Candido, yes. Yeah.
Canyon,
Yeah.
Deep South Wrestling.
It's a lot. Because if you're not touching on death, you can just touch on just random, like just fucked up careers. Like, look how they did New Jack.
Yeah. Well, New Jack was one of them last season.
Yeah, no, that's my point.
Oh. Yeah.
I didn't like the Owen one, simply because it gave perspective from his wife, and I'm just like, you should have interviewed the rest of the Hearts for that too. You should have got both sides. It's always three sides to a story. It's the two people involved, and then the truth.
Was Brad on that at all?
No.
Take a look at the. I just linked you guys to a quick GIF of what Impact aired at the end of their episode, so you guys can feel free to take a look at that and throw your 2 cents in. Darryl's face says it all. I think it'll be one person out of that group.
I think it's gonna be Eric Young.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. I think it's or EC3.
Yeah, it's gonna be one of those two. Because
I think it's TNA or Impact or whatever trying to take advantage of a situation, and they had footage of all of these guys from one point or another throughout the run of the company, and decided to try to start building a little bit of hype for themselves.
When was Anderson on Impact?
Well, he was wearing a Bullet Club shirt in that clip, so
they stole clips. They're just trying to tease. It's bait. It's clickbait. I get it, but at the same time, it's only going to be either EC3 or EC3, Eric Young, or just an honorable mention, Marie and Mike.
Yeah.
At the same token, the Good Brothers are pretty tight with Don Callis.
That's cute.
So I mean,
but why not? Why not get the money and go to Tony Khan?
Doesn't have to be a long-term deal.
Yes, and you're home, and you only have to work once a week.
Maybe they sit on a short-term deal.
And see if Carl Anderson ever competed in Impact or TNA.
Maybe a short-term deal till they get the crowds back, and then they bold. I don't know.
It don't make no sense.
Some numbers for the week.
TNA when TNA and New Japan worked together for Wrestle Kingdom.
Oh.
In January 4th, 2011.
Back when Angle had the title?
I guarantee you that's the footage they probably used.
Because Angle had the fake IWGP title, the one Lesnar would not relinquish. And then Angle only defended it once, and it was the winner-take-all match against Joe. I know this because I was watching the TNA channel on Pluto TV while I was working on Sunday. And I looked it up because I'm like, well, what happened to all these titles after Angle beat Joe? And it's like, well, Angle lost 2 of the titles on the next pay-per-view. He lost the tag titles to Pac-Man Jones and R-Truth, Ron Killings. And he lost the X Division title to Jay Lethal. But he had the IWGP. But I'm like, I'm looking at the timeline. I don't see Kurt Angle in the list of IWGP champions. It's because Brock Lesnar refused to defend the IWGP belt. They stripped him of it. He never returned the belt. And then another promotion, I can't remember what it was, and Angle beat him for it and then defended against Joe, but then wrestled Nakamura at Wrestle Kingdom 2012, I think it was. And I think they united the IWGP belts once again. So it's kind of an interesting story. Some numbers backstage did about 125,000 with Jeff Jarrett on there last week. Slapnuts. Both AEW and NXT see pretty good increases in viewership. AEW went up to 827, which is up from 701. NXT went up to 731, which is up from 592. So good to see the Wednesday night crowds going up a little bit more.
Just like I've stated on this show before, guess what show ended the week before that? the Masked Singer.
As
I said, every time the Masked Singer has been on, AEW and NXT's ratings have gone down. They went their season finale the week before, a week later, them not on. Both programs see a rise. There's definitely a crossover appeal between the wrestling fan and the Masked Singer.
Mm-hmm.
And they've definitely been taking audience away from pro wrestling every Wednesday night. But luckily, it's off the air again for a while. So AEW and NXT can get some ratings out of it until it comes back again.
Yeah, we'll be back.
We know it'll be back again because it's too damn popular not to be.
Yeah, they already said this fall. So
I love that show. I can't even.
Me too.
Can't even hate. I DVR it every week. I watch AEW, and then I decide between NXT and the Masked Singer. I
thought it was a ridiculous, stupid concept, and then I watch it at the tail end of season 1, and I fucking got hooked.
Yeah, it's so much. It's mindless fun. Mindless fun.
I'm
all about some mindless fun in this world we're in right now, man.
Speaking of mindless fun, Total Bellas went down to
No. You do not put Total Bellas and the Masked Singer in the same sentence. Darryl, slap JB.
I just said mindless fun. Darryl could care less about everything. So.
Listen, my son watches the Masked Singer.
Darryl's too busy playing on his phone.
I don't know. I got something going on here, but.
Breaking news.
He said, "I'm not watching no damn Total Bellas. I do not want to see two airhead ass twins who can wrestle try to do something for lives."
Darryl's chasing the story.
Yeah. Friday Night SmackDown went up to 2.15 million while Monday Night Raw goes down again. They have consistently gone down the past month. 1.72 million. We're approaching
massive drop in hour 3 when Charlotte was on. Just saying.
Yep. 1.8
Charlotte and Nia.
1.8 million down to 1.57. So Matt and his Nia.
She's not like most girls, man.
Ronda Rousey is going to debut.
Because most girls don't injure their opponents.
Ronda Rousey is going to be set to debut on the new CBS Celebrity Competition Series called Game On, featuring Rob Gronkowski.
I was trying to get him to spit.
Almost.
You're an asshole.
Almost.
Asshole.
Game On is
You love me.
Game On features Rob Gronkowski and Venus Williams along with comedians as they compete in a set of challenges where the loser is given a special punishment. That sounds like Impractical Jokers to me there.
Yeah.
Yep, same concept.
Congrats to JoJo and Bray Wyatt as they welcome their second child to the world. A baby.
Let me hold the baby.
So that explains why JoJo has not returned to TV.
Yeah, because it seems like it almost seems like she would have had to have gotten pregnant again immediately following the birth of the first kid. Like it seems almost instantaneous if you look at the timeline.
Well, women are most fertile after their first child.
Let's get it on.
Right.
The Fiend was like, "Let me in."
No. Darryl no-sells that. He no-sells that like the Young Bucks got hit with something.
Wow.
What?
Wow.
Oh my God! What the fuck was that?
No Bucks. No, the Bucks. They no-sell a lot. Meltzer said so.
Fuck Meltzer.
I just wanted to make fun of Uncle Dave there for a minute.
Scotch.
I love Scotch. Renee Young, Booker T, Christian, CM Punk, and Dana Bryan on Backstage. That should be a damn good one. If you check the NWA's YouTube page, Aaron Stevens with a good tribute to Shad Gaspard. Check that out if you can. I don't know where the GoFundMe is at now. It was well over. I mean, hit its goal quickly. I actually have the link right here. So,
if you don't, just buy the shirt, collar and elbow.
What Darryl's got on right now?
All the proceeds go to Shad's family.
$151,721 raised so far.
Yes. Buy the shirt or donate, folks. Please do.
This week's edition of Dark, we got Billy Gunn against John Schuyler, Natural Nightmares against Brandon Cutler and Peter Avalon, Santana and Ortiz against Big Game Leroy. I don't know who that is, but I like that name.
Yes, that is the greatest name ever.
Big Game Leroy and EJ Lewis tag up to face Santana and Ortiz. I gotta watch.
I don't think it's gonna end well for Big Game Leroy.
Listen, my favorite two names in wrestling right now: Big Game Leroy and Dick Harley.
I knew where we were going with that.
Yes.
Is third ass healer?
Yeah, ass healer. Yeah.
I'm gonna look up Big Game Leroy. See what he looks like here.
Let me see. I gotta see what Big Game Leroy. Big Game.
For some reason, I'm picturing like Viscera, like a big dude. Oh nope, he's not. Oh, it's the dude that plays on the Switch on the private party videos. That's Big Game Leroy.
I'm following him on Twitter right now.
The dude that dropped in on the GTA on this week's BTE.
Oh.
The dude that's playing Switch during all the parts on the private party. That's Big Game Leroy.
Big Game Leroy.
Sean Spears takes on Clutch Adams. Another odd name there.
I heard that match was pulled.
Oh, pulled. Okay.
Listen. I need a wrestling name.
I don't want to go. I don't know. I don't want to know.
I got it. Slick Dick Murphy.
I thought he was gonna go with Big D Darryl.
1-inch Darryl.
Becky Lynch shared on a completely unrelated note. Becky Lynch sharing the sonogram, the first sonogram. Ric Flair and the WWE have come to agreement on the Man trademark. I'm sure Flair got paid.
Oh, the Royal Rumble comes on Thursday, guys.
Jericho was interviewed by ESPN regarding playing off a WWE angle for Mike Tyson, and Jericho had a great answer to that. He goes, "It's a WWE angle? No, it's a Chris Jericho angle." I was there. I just don't wash away my entire 19-year history with the WWE. That's ludicrous. Anybody criticizing that this was a WWE angle and we brought it over here. This is my life. It's my story. Tyson knocked out Chris Jericho. He didn't knock out Chris Jericho and The Rock and Hulk Hogan and Triple H and Kurt Angle. He knocked me out. That's my story. If I like to write a song, it's a huge hit, and I release it on Sony Records. Then I sign with Warner Brothers and recorded the song. It's still my song. So to all those WWE marks, and you're out there, trust me. Some sad news. Musician Bruce Kulick, who announced that his brother Bob passed away this week. Bob played lead guitar and produced Triple H's The Game theme back in the day. I know Jericho knew him too as well, so I saw Jericho post a tribute. WWE releases lead writer Krista Joseph, apparently over a disagreement, or he said something that Vince deemed inappropriate, and Vince canned his ass. Okay. Did Joseph work for the WWE previously before heading to Lucha Underground? I really want to know what he said to Vince that pissed him off so much to fire him.
Probably told him to stop booking shitty TV.
Fair point.
Vince can't handle the truth. He'll fire you instead. That's why I can't work there.
He wasn't a yes man. And Matt goes, that's why I can't work there. And that's why every time I see PW Insider post a job description, Matt, would you like to work for WWE?
Nope, because I wouldn't last a week.
would last 3 days.
Wouldn't be able to hold my tongue, man. I'd have to be honest.
It seems like we've been talking of.
And they would not appreciate my honesty.
No, but I would love for it to be filmed. It seems like we've been talking about this ever since our show started 252 episodes ago. But apparently that biography of Vince McMahon is finally coming to fruition and will be released in 2022.
I don't care.
Why?
Because Vince needs to swing his dick around.
You know what? Fuck him and fuck Joe Cocker. There it is.
So
We knew
Elias,
that was coming.
You had to show up somewhere in the show.
Elias has broken ribs and a torn pec.
Damn.
Kayfabe. Wow. From being run over. That's what WWE is saying. More cost cutting happening in the WWE. A number of executives and officials were informed over the last 48 hours that their pay would be reduced going forward due to the COVID. And they're going to be reducing executive and board member compensation, decreasing operating expenses, cutting talent expenses. No wonder there's no chairs out there. They can't afford them.
Cheap bastards.
Third-party staffing and consulting are getting cut, deferring spending on build out of the company's new headquarters for at least 6 months. So they're pausing that. And yeah.
But you're a publicly owned company.
And WWE said to have one of the most profitable years ever, despite everything that's going on, and they're still fucking over their employees.
That's what I'm saying. You're just being cheap.
Bravo, assholes.
Because you don't have a crowd, so it's not like you're buying chairs, like you said. There's no concessions, none of that shit. Everything you're selling is online. Stop being cheap.
Yeah, no, they're honestly WWE set to have one of the most profitable years ever this year.
Despite
everything that's going on, and they're still fucking over everybody.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what are you trying to put money into at this point? You're not putting it into the fucking XFL.
It's dead, pal. Once and for all.
McMahon is on the contract, but it doesn't say Vince McMahon.
Oh my God.
WWE bans the buckle bomb. I learned my. Yeah, but like Sting said that it was his fault. It wasn't Rollins' fault.
It injured Balor. It ended Sting's career. It freaking knocked Kerry Sane loopy. Thanks, Nia. Too many instances of that move hurting too many people. It was time for it to go.
It's time for a change.
Did they ban Goldberg slapping his face against a damn door?
Yes, they did.
Okay.
We got to see more of John Moxley than we ever wanted to see on Twitter the other day, as he exposes a butt cheek to show his bruised tailbone. That does not look fun. Like,
Open sports, ladies and gentlemen.
And I wouldn't have fucking seen it if Mark Cho wouldn't have had to been so kind as to freaking screenshot the damn tweet and send it to me, because I haven't been on social media. And I'm like, I didn't need to fucking see that.
But you had to see the butt. You had to see the butt cheek.
I didn't need to see it.
Cheeks.
Didn't need to see it.
When it hurts to shit, that's not good. Unless you got, yeah. WWE putting out so much Sting shit now. You wonder if they're afraid. Lost tapes of Sting is now on the WWE network.
I actually watched that the other day.
You like it?
It took me back to my childhood a little bit.
I heard it was really short.
Did they have some stuff with him and Warrior too in there?
No, it was more so his early Sting with and then when Savage and Hogan just joined the company.
So like 93, 94.
Oh. Yeah, and they had a little bit before that when he had his feud with Vader and whatnot.
What year did Sting go Crow?
Probably
96, 97.
Yeah. I think I was like a freshman in high school. That's the only reason I remember it.
More sad news this week is we learned that Danny Havoc passed away, member of GCW. I believe he was in CZW too. Yeah, and I didn't know a lot about him, but a lot of wrestlers did. They paid a lot of tributes, and not going to read them all, but John Moxley with a good tribute to Danny Havoc, and he said, God damn it, I'm going to miss you, Grant. I didn't cry all night. You did. F you. FYI, Danny Havoc was not just a fearless and creative performer, but also a talented artist, graphic designer. In fact, I asked him to design the first AEW Mox shirt. He created the grenade design. A lot of people, of course, came into contact with Danny and had nothing but great things to say about him. And the cause of death, none of that has come out yet. Just unfortunate that another wrestler has been gone too soon, though. Free, as has been speculated for a long time now, free version of the WWE Network is out there. Free 99. They brought Raw Talk back. Did you guys watch Raw Talk? I didn't, but
Right.
3 hours of Raw is enough. I don't need to talk about it again later.
No interest.
At least Joe's on it, so maybe it's good. But I heard Joe is a permanent replacement for Lawler.
Good.
Going forward.
Good. Great. Fantastic. All the above.
Monday Night War, Ride Along, Table for Three, photo shoot, story time. Recent episodes of Raw, SmackDown, NXT, select pay-per-views and takeovers, and weekly stuff like Top 10, Bump, WWE Now are all part of the free 99. No credit card required. So you think they bring back Talking Smack now? Wouldn't that be great? Renee Young and Daniel Bryan doing that was so good, wasn't it?
It was.
Yeah, which is why they'll never bring it back.
Right. Vince doesn't like anything good unless he thinks of it.
Cody mentions that the open challenge to his TNT Championship could include non-contracted talents, so tease. Scheduled for Dynamite tonight, Cody Jungle Boy for the TNT, Hangman and Omega against Havoc and Sabian for the tag titles, Jericho Cabana, Tony Schiavone sits down with FTR, and Brian Cage is in action.
Should be a good show.
Matt said earlier, Rob Gronkowski gone for the WWE. Obviously, because, well, he's going to be playing football.
Trying to win Super Bowls.
Titus O'Neil nominated for ESPN's Muhammad Ali Sports Humanitarian Award. Kurt Angle, as we mentioned, he did an interview with CBR.com and has turned down the role to be Matt Riddle's manager. Would you have liked that? No, sir?
No.
No, sir? I didn't like it?
No, because Riddle can talk on his own.
Bro.
I mean, I guess it could have been funny seeing the two of them play off of each other, but, like, Riddle doesn't need a mouthpiece. So, I don't know.
And finally, we'll just say Jackson Riker fucked up. And
fuck that guy.
And his peers are letting him have it. So
as they should.
Yeah.
I knew I hated the Forgotten Sons for a reason.
I forgot about him.
As Ricochet said, I know you play a bad guy TV. I hope you're just being a bad guy here. Probably not, but
I think Steve Cutler had the best response.
He had a lot of responses.
But he didn't have a choice. He didn't want to be lumped in with his dumbass tag team partner.
My point.
All right, we'll wrap the show up with NXT Takeover in your house.
In your house.
For $14.99 on pay-per-view. Oh no, wait, that was the old in your house.
Yeah.
5 matches on the card, 3 titles on the line. No tag title match. Let's go down the card. Predictions. Tommaso Ciampa, Karrion Kross. Pretty dumb if you're hyping up Karrion Kross and have one of the coolest entrances in wrestling, and only for him to lose.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm obviously voting for Karrion Kross. Darryl?
Same.
Matt?
Cross has to win.
Makes no sense otherwise. NXT triple threat match for the women's championship. Charlotte Flair, Rhea Ripley, Io Shirai. Darryl?
Kind of torn, but I'm just going to just throw it out there. What I have to lose, I'm just going to go with Rhea Ripley.
Matt?
I'm going with Io.
I am going with Io Shirai as well.
Get that belt off Charlotte.
Yeah, that's what they're going to do.
Yeah, regardless,
Hopefully.
we all figured it has to get off of Charlotte.
Considering she's on Raw a lot, or still, I think, yeah.
And SmackDown and
And
NXT. Enough of fucking Charlotte.
Pretty much.
We get it, Vince. You love her. All right? Let's
Whoa.
scale her back a bit.
Whoa.
Woo, woo, woo. Finn Balor, Damian Priest. Matt?
Balor.
Yeah. Yep. I don't see this being a breakthrough for Priest. Eventually, the Balor's going to get moved up that card. He ain't sitting in NXT forever without a title. So we're going Finn Balor here. Darryl?
Man.
Well, I think they were going to put the NXT UK title on him. And then, everything happened where they couldn't get the match done with him and Walter, so he's kind of in like a holding pattern right now.
Yeah, he's the only other person I can see that would take the title off of Walter.
Last chance match for the NXT Championship. If Dream loses, he can no longer challenge while Cole is champion. I am going Velveteen Dream to win the NXT title. I think Cole's at it 365 plus days now. It's time. Darryl?
Dream over.
Matt?
I think Cole retains.
Ooh.
I will slap the beard off your face.
Who do you think takes it off him at this point then?
I don't know. I don't feel the momentum behind Dream right now.
I mean, you wouldn't. I mean, considering the circumstances.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean.
So.
And
if I had to get, I'd say, look, I want Dream to win, but I think Cole's going to retain.
Whoa.
And finally, NXT North American title, Keith Lee, Johnny Gargano. Darryl?
Spirit bomb.
Matt?
I want Lee to retain.
Yeah, I think Gargano's winning though. They're putting a lot.
I can see it, but I don't think it is.
I hope not. I don't think Lee's reign's been long enough yet.
They've been putting a lot behind Gargano and Candice's heel turn. God, Lee's had it for a while, hadn't he?
Not really. He hasn't even had a year yet.
Doesn't feel like it's been that long.
132 days.
Yeah, that's why.
So only like 4 months.
Right. 4.5 is that.
Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Lost in the Midcard. Thank you to SpiderDuck.net for being our host and enabling us to be on iTunes, Spotify, any of your favorite podcasting apps. Just head on over, do a search for Lost in the Midcard, hit that subscribe button. That way you know every time a new episode comes your way, typically every Wednesday. We're also on the YouTube where you see all of our smiling faces.
Yeah, look at Darryl's smiling face.
They're smiling right now. Links to everything on Facebook.com/Lost in the Midcard. Twitter at LITMC Podcast. Follow these jokers on the Twitter. Matt at Raw Showtime. Darryl at No One Like D. I am there at JB Huskers. And before we ride off into the sunset, look forward to Takeover in your house. Darryl, what are your final thoughts?
I will say this, not only as a black man to two white men, I say this as a man to two other men. I appreciate you, my brothers, for in the times and we're going through in this country. We need to all stick together as people, not as a race, not as a gender, but as people. So to both of you, I love you guys.
Love
you too, brother. Matt, what are your final thoughts?
I can't say anything better than what Darryl just said. So
Yeah.
I think we should wrap it up with that.
Me either. So with that, for Darryl, for Matt, this is Jeremy. Thank you for tuning in to the Lost of the Midcard. We'll catch you next week.